The farm was set up around 37 years ago as a community hub and has kept sincere to its initial values as a community-led project. Involves a lot of volunteers, provides a range of facilities that are therapeutic, are educational and are recreational. So facilities include a cafe, farm, gardens, playground. We've got a daycare nursery and a whole bunch of rooms that people in the community can rent for their own purposes. Some of the work we do focuses on people who've got particular needs, so whether that's learning difficulties or people with mental health issues, people recovering from addictions. What people gain when they come here is a sense of worth and value. They get perhaps order put back into what have become chaotic lives, and they get an opportunity to really help the community organisation thrive, and that gives a great deal of pleasure and can put people back on track in their lives.
I was in a women's hostel. I was agoraphobic, didn't leave was too scared to go out. I was also an alcoholic, just come off crack cocaine. I work with the elderly people's group.
You don't want that. She's a very outstanding sort of person. What you see is what you get, you see.
Having some kind of consistency in my life, where having a regular thing to do, where I had a responsibility, having people who trusted me again. Happy birthday.
What's your birthday call like, Janet?
You listen, you've all seen it before. I haven't got nothing that you haven't got. Yeah, I love them. I really love the farm. I love the work, and I love what they've given me in my life, because I've got my life back.
Drastic Productions is a production company that works with groups of women in the general public from all backgrounds, all ages, mainly women who don't normally have access to the arts. We give preference also to women who have history of mental illness, mental health problems, and we work to empower women in particular, and that was a conscious decision by the board really, that we would work primarily with women, to enable women to find strength within themselves. It has a lasting effect on people. I mean, I'm 2 years on now as a participant, and sort of living proof, if you like, that where there is money available for arts and health projects, this has a far more lasting effect on me than I've done CBT and therapy and taken antidepressants and all of that. But this confidence comes very much from the project that I did with Drastic Productions, and the fact that I still now work for them as a board member. It's had a very lasting effect on me.
It's been a real lifeline to know that I'm doing something that is more than I am myself, and it's part of a community, and it just really feels like the beginning of my life.
We provide daycare services for the South Asian community, 55 and over. We provide massage, aromatherapy, exercise, day trips, bingo, discussions.
We came here. Here is my lot friends, and we play cards with them, or joking, laughing with each other. It is the good company with them.
Playing card and laughing each other, and doing some exercise or computers.
I like company. I take food here. Nice.
We was happy because where we live, there's no Indian people live. We like here. You can see they play card, and we sit down and talk each other, and we eat here our own food, and meet each other and tell everybody our problem, share the problem as well. So that helps a lot.
We work with survivors of sexual abuse and or rape. People come to us, and it's a difficult place to come. It's a difficult place to come and say, you know, I had this experience. There's a lot of shame for people, there's a lot of pain. And the benefits are having a safe, meaningful relationship that they can
potentially share their story, have it valued, have it witnessed. I think of a client I'm working with currently. He's in prison. I go into a prison and work. And when he came, the shame of what happened to him when he was a teenager was so huge that it's impacted on his ability to form relationships with people. So meeting with me and having a relationship that is respectful and safe and meaningful, and he's been able to talk about, because in the prison system he couldn't talk about what had happened. So my hope for him is that when he leaves prison, he will be able to be more able to form a relationship with his partner that will have a future, I guess. And that's true of a lot of our clients, I think, that come. They do find improvements in their relationships, improvement in their work patterns, improvements with the relationship with their health, and definite improvements in people's ways to cope with anxiety and depression. A long-term counselling relationship can really move people forwards.
Juicy Blitz Youth Involvement Project is a young person's health and participation project based behind the guise of a young people's juice and smoothie bar in Lawrence Weston. The project aims to address some of the issues facing residents living in Lawrence Weston, which is an area of multiple deprivation, particularly to address poor health outcomes, resident participation, key skills related to education, training, employment and confidence and aspirations. We work with a number of vulnerable young people. Quite a lot of the young people that the project attracted were young people who had suffered bullying or been targeted by other young people, perhaps very low self-confidence, that perhaps wouldn't have had the confidence to go to a larger open access youth centre.
I've been in the project 6 years, is it? Yeah, 6 years. I've been involved in a number of projects, including Juicy News, and I'm now a volunteer youth support worker.
I've been doing it all together for about 2.5 years. I have got, I think it's 2 accreditations that I've done a youth forum, and I've built my confidence up communicating with new people I used to never know and that. I'm a young carer for my mum, got to help her out when she's ill and that. Otherwise if she ain't ill I could get out and socialise with my mates, which if I can't do for a week, I've got a whole week catching up from.
The ethos of what we do here is that we're a youth involvement project, and all of the projects are developed in partnership, all led by young people themselves. That's probably what I'm most proud of, is we've got around 25 young leaders involved in the project who run and design or plan projects, or youth forum members, or run the juice and smoothie bar, and that's at the heart of the project.
So Arm Power helps local artists to be as much as involved in arts as they can. So rather than do things to people, we help them achieve what they want to do. So give them the tools, connect them with people who can make their creative ideas a reality. One of the most important things about Arm Power is that it's a creative community, so that it brings everyone together, that people won't feel isolated in it, that it's a place for the arts workers and the artists to come together and support each other. Arm Power has helped me a lot, so I came through Plus, which is an organisation that works with people with disabilities into employment, and I felt I've learned so much from Arm Power, and I've always wanted to work with people having their own creative opinions, and that being recognised gives people an identity, which is really important.
I know when I started I was so shy and I couldn't talk to anyone, but now so different. Yeah, no. So nice to talk to people, and I've got lots of friends, and made a really big difference.
Two of the issues that I found particularly difficult are around procurement. Increasingly services that we are running are being tendered in very large contracts that we don't or we don't have easy access to, and certainly any access at all sometimes. And also the support for volunteering, and a recognition that volunteers aren't free and aren't just a instantaneously available resource. They take time and effort to recruit, to retain and to manage. So those would be two things I'd really like to see some support and debate around.
Priority campaign issues for me for the VCS sector would be working with smaller VCS organisations like ourselves in order to help enable us to participate in commissioning process, because actually a lot of smaller organisations found that that was a difficult process to participate in Bristol recently.
Kennedy wonders if there would be a way for Voscur to support agencies that they know of about coming together and perhaps becoming a consortia. So going forward to perhaps make bids for funding or to share information.
What the Council and Voscur should look at is looking at preventative measures. It's because what they say is prevention is better than a cure.
I think that it's a real shame that in our culture all the arts are really diminished when it comes to cutting funding. They should be actually at the top of the agenda because they create such well-being in our society, and people seem to forget that in the rat race. I really believe that.
More important currently than ever before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.